Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to go to Minmus with early game science mode parts. Now we're going to start off with our gravity turn. Now, I assume that you already know how to get to Minmus if you're doing it in science mode. But this will be a tutorial on how to use most of these parts. So we're pushing up through the upper atmosphere here. And we stage off the side boosters, and we are turning onto a 90 degrees. And I did a really hard gravity turn this time. The reason for this is, I found out that it's a lot more efficient to do stuff like that instead of just straight up. So separating the fairing now, we've already made our maneuver to go into orbit. So we have the main engine cut off. And we're just gonna wait and then do our apogee kick. Sorry if this part's hard to see. I don't know how to turn up the contrast with my editing software. So, alright, now we are in a parking orbit around Kerbin. So now we're gonna plot course for Minmus. Go to our, I couldn't read it, but one of our nodes, and we're gonna start pulling out the node. Now we're just spinning around Kerbin real quick, doing our burn. Now we're going to run out of fuel here in that stage, and then we'll switch to the Minmus transfer stage. I went ahead and did a quick save there, because I actually filmed this already, and then crashed on Minmus's surface, and didn't quick save. So I had to do it all over again. We're pulling out the satellite. This was actually made on a sandbox save, but all of this is early game parts, so except for that satellite, I'm not sure about that. You might have to swap it out for the extendable Communitron. Or the, I don't know how far that is into the tech tree. I'll have to look that up later. But we're gonna do a mid-course correction to get our periapsis as low as possible. Just to make it, as cheap as possible to circularize. Now, I don't know what happened. I think the maneuver nodes glitched out or something, because I was clearly on my maneuver, but it was telling me to go the exact opposite way of what happened. I don't know what the heck happened. Well, we are bringing Bob on this mission. You guys should do that, because he is a scientist and he can reuse science equipment multiple times. So that enables you to visit multiple biomes. So we're circularizing around Minmus. Alright, now we are in a fairly low orbit around Minmus. I do another quick save. You can see the music kind of goes weird on ×4 acceleration. Alright. So we're gonna spin ourselves around and then lower our periapsis. Or lower our apoapsis, sorry. If I'm going too fast, feel free to slow down the video. I didn't have connection to the KSC, so I couldn't make a maneuver node. And I sort of decided on the spot that I was going to land where I plotted I was going to land. So I just sort of started burning retrograde. And always, look how close you are to the ground. Don't pay attention to the thing in the very middle, because that most of the time is wrong compared to how close you are to the ground. That's why I crashed right into Minmus. The reason for this is because it tries to think you're at sea level, but this mountain that I'm landing on is very much not at sea level. So I'm trying to get the most out of my stage, but I have to drop it so I can use my landing legs. Yeah, that's the booster hitting the ground, not us. And we have a safe landing. Now I put away the antenna so I wouldn't accidentally break it upon landing. Folding out the ladder. Now ladders in this game are kind of glitchy when they're rotated like that. So I planted my flag and realized it was pointed backwards. So I placed it again. And then named it something Suns, or I don't remember what I named it. Normally you want to name it like whatever biome you're in. I believe this is the lowlands biome. The way you can check this is by looking at one of your experiments, and it should say, looking at like the top of like the experiment window when you do it, and it should say something report from Minmus's lowlands or whatever. Temperature report. Now I did pack on a Science Junior for this mission. You could swap that out for another fuel tank if you wanted to make this go further. In total, I think you'd earn less science, but you should be fine. So we're taking off. I got a fairly bad takeoff direction, so it's not gonna be as good of an orbit, or at least to go back to Kerbin. So main engine cut off, and then we're gonna do our apogee kick. And I realized that it's very, very little fuel to circularize. I did another quick save, just so I wouldn't have to restart the entire mission. Then I'm doing a Minmus escape burn. This is exactly what it sounds like, trying to escape Minmus. And these are very, very cheap burns. Like, you can see that it's only 79 meters per second, compared to a lot of other burns that compared to most of the burns in this video. Plus, this lander has a ton of fuel. I only visited one biome. You should probably visit multiple in your science save. I actually put myself on a collision course here. The reason for that is, I actually tested out this mission, and when I went to separate, my decoupler actually pushed me back into orbit. It pushed me, so I had it on an atmospheric entry trajectory, and my decoupler apparently had enough force to push me back out of the atmosphere again. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but it somehow did. Alright, so we're bringing down our periapsis. And actually, I think I make another quick save before I separate, and I realize that it's still like that. I'm guessing it was just a glitch in my game, so I go ahead and fix it and not make it a collision course, because if it is a collision course, then you come in too shallow and you explode, which you don't really want. So we're just time warping. And I had a weird bug here, I don't know what happened, but I just warped straight through the atmosphere. Oh, never mind, that was another save. So I accidentally pulled out my antenna, but I'm doing this weird spinning maneuver, and that's to make sure nothing explodes, especially that ladder that was clipping out through the bottom. That's because I had it rotated. And I'm surprised nothing exploded during this, because the heat shield doesn't extend out over those, but... And there go the parachutes. About it. And then I had a bit too many parachutes, so our descent was incredibly slow. And touchdown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.